The Delta variant been part of the reason why the country has officially now returned to adjusted level 4 lockdown with even tougher restrictions. Now, this comes after, of course, this rapid rise of COVID-19 cases that we're seeing in the country, with Gauteng being the hardest hit by the virus. Now, this has seen the president placing restrictions on certain business sectors, with restaurants only now allowed to offer takeaway meals. Now, all alcohol sales also have been curtailed. And this morning alone, we take to the streets with senior reporter eNCA's Aviwe Mtila, who is at the Pretoria CBD, to find out how businesses as well as citizens are reacting to this a bit earlier on. Aviwe, good morning to you, colleague. I mean, I heard you, telling us a bit earlier on, or rather engaging even with South Africans, and it seems some are criticizing the president as well as government, saying they should have been better prepared. This decision is going to affect jobs as well as businesses. What else do you have as for us on the ground?
Yes, Tumelo, similar voices that we've been hearing throughout the morning, where people are questioning, instead of why compromise the livelihoods, why shouldn't government then focus on vaccination themselves? Even just moments ago, I was talking to some of the taxi owners of those taxis over there. They don't want to speak on camera, but they were quite frustrated. Even one of the taxi drivers sharing a story of how he had to sell his taxi in August after not being able to pay it from March last year. So quite concerned that now they're coming back to adjusted level 4. But now I just want to have further voices and engagements here with some of the street vendors on the street, just to find out how they feel now that we're on adjusted level 4. Thank you for joining us at eNCA, Mdomkolo. But just your thoughts on this move.
It doesn't affect so much because we've got some movement around here. The businesses are too low because there's no too much movement.
Okay, Mdomkolo, ufike ngabani ixesha apha namhlanje, and then xa ujonga compared to other days that you sell in business ihamba njani?
Ngifike lana ngo-6 mara business low because movement I bet 6 o'clock, but I haven't even make 100 rand since in the morning.
Okay. Gentleman saying that business is not doing too well today. He arrived at 6 o'clock and has hardly made 100 rand. I want to move on to another street vendor on this, just to find out his sentiments around adjusted level 4. Thank you for joining us at eNCA, Mdomkolo. But your thoughts around this?
Since it's level 4, I think everything on our side on the street is still fine. We're still doing cash. As on my side, I'm still fine and cool.
Okay, you still fine on your side. So those varying voices as we talk about adjusted level 4. I'm not sure if this gentleman wants to engage us quickly. Dambuza, thank you for joining us at eNCA. We're on level 4 adjusted lockdown. What are your thoughts around it?
Hey, my brother. We are struggling, as you can see. We don't have a job. Now we are busy, like I'm selling there, to have something to pay rent at my house and the food as well. So now if President lock us everything, meaning we will not be able to pay our rent, to buy food, for transport. The children also need money to go to school, so I don't know what to do.
Okay, some of the voices from street vendors on the ground as they're even busy setting up their stalls, anticipating customers coming in. But you heard some of those varying voices, Dumelo, concerned about their livelihoods, essentially. Gentleman said earlier on that he has hardly made 100 rand since he has been up at 6 o'clock serving the different people. So it seems like the streets are being impacted by this adjusted level 4. Similar sentiments that we heard from people on the ground here in terms of asking government to consider the livelihoods and in fact go on a vaccination drive rather than put us on this adjusted level 4.
Yeah, and I mean, if you understandably, you can imagine school kids who usually buy, I can imagine, sweets and gum, or even a lot of students going to university, people working in the very same restaurants that are closing. We used to be some of the customers of some of these gentlemen selling on the streets, and unfortunately, because now we're on level 4, we should expect that that will be the reality moving forward. But thank you so much, colleague, for painting that picture for us as you're out in Pretoria CBD.